You just spent $30 on a toy the internet promised was indestructible. Your dog had it for 11 minutes. Now there's fluff everywhere, a squeaker lodged under the couch, and you are wondering if you should just start handing them cash directly. Here's what nobody tells you. Expensive doesn't mean durable, and cheap doesn't mean garbage. I've spent the last 6 months testing budget dog toys that cost less than your morning coffee, and some of them have outlasted toys 3 times their price. Today, I'm showing you exactly which ones are worth it. If you've ever felt like you are funding a toy graveyard in your backyard, you are not alone. Dog toys are expensive. And when you've got a determined chewer, it feels like throwing money into a shredder. You buy the heavy-duty option. It lasts a week. You buy the vet-recommended one, gone in 2 days. You start wondering if your dog is part trash compactor. But here's the thing, durability isn't about price. It's about design, material, and whether the toy actually matches how your dog plays. A $15 rope toy can outlast a $40 plush if your dog is a tugger. A $5 rubber ball can survive years if it is made from the right compound. The problem is that most reviews do not test toys long enough to know what holds up. They unbox it, film a reaction, and move on. I wanted to do something different. For this video, I tested 12 budget-friendly dog toys over 6 months of real use. I am talking daily play sessions, outdoor adventures, backyard chaos, and everything in between. Some toys surprised me. Some didn't make it past week 2. And a few became absolute staples that I'll keep buying forever. I am going to walk you through the ones that pass the test, what makes them durable, how your dog will actually use them, and why they are worth every penny. Let us dive in. Before we get into specific toys, let us talk about what durability actually means. Because it is not just about toughness, it's about match. A toy can be made from industrial-grade rubber, but if your dog doesn't like the texture, they will not engage with it, and durability becomes irrelevant. On the flip side, a fabric toy might seem fragile, but if it is designed to withstand tugging instead of chewing, it can last for years. Here's what I've learned. Durable toys share 3 characteristics. First, they are made from materials that resist the kind of play your dog does most. If your dog is a chewer, you need dense rubber or nylon. If they are a shaker, you need reinforced seams and tough fabric. If they are a tugger, you need flexibility that doesn't snap under tension. Second, they do not have obvious weak points. Toys with glued seams, small plastic parts, or thin connectors, those are designed to fail. The best budget toys are simple, solid construction, minimal components, nothing that invites destruction. Third, they stay interesting. A toy can be indestructible, but if your dog gets bored after one session, you've wasted your money. The toys that last are the ones your dog actually wants to play with over and over. Now, here's why budget toys can win. Expensive toys often add features that look good to humans but do not matter to dogs. Fancy stitching, brand names, cute designs. Budget toys strip all that away. They focus on what works: solid materials, simple shapes, functional design. And that's exactly what we need. Let us start with the category that dominates durability: rubber and nylon toys. These are the workhorses, the ones that take a beating and keep going. First up, the classic rubber ball. Not the tennis ball your dog destroys in 10 minutes. I am talking about solid rubber balls with no squeakers, no fluff, just dense, bouncy rubber. I tested a pack of 3 that cost less than $8. 6 months later, all 3 are still intact. No cracks, no chunks missing. Just some surface scuff marks that do not affect performance. Why do these work? Because there's nothing to destroy. Your dog cannot rip them apart because there's no seam. They cannot puncture them because the rubber is too thick. And because they bounce unpredictably, dogs stay engaged. Fetch, independent play, even water games, these balls handle it all. Next, the rope bone. This one shocked me. I bought a thick braided rope toy shaped like a bone for less than $6. I expected it to fray within a week. It's now month 6, and while the ends are a bit frayed, the core structure is completely solid. We've used it for tug-of-war, outdoor fetch, even letting it sit in the yard during rainstorms. Still going strong. The secret is the weave. Cheap rope toys use loose braids that unravel fast. This one had a tight, dense weave that holds tension without breaking down. And here's a bonus. The fraying actually helps clean your dog's teeth as they chew. It's like a toothbrush disguised as a toy. Third, the rubber chew stick. Shaped like a textured stick, made from durable nylon rubber blend, cost about $9. This toy is for serious chewers. I've watched it get gnawed on for hours, and while there are bite marks all over it, it hasn't broken. The texture keeps dogs interested, and the material is forgiving enough that it will not damage their teeth like some harder nylon toys can. What I love about this one is versatility. You can use it for fetch, chewing sessions, or even freeze it with peanut butter inside the grooves for a longer-lasting challenge. It's simple, effective, and practically indestructible. Now let us talk about the category everyone assumes will not last: fabric toys. And yeah, most plush toys are a waste of money, but I found two that genuinely surprised me. First, the reinforced canvas frisbee. This thing cost $5. It's made from heavy-duty canvas with double-stitched edges and no stuffing. I thought it would rip the first time my dog clamped down on it. 6 months later, it is still in rotation. Here's why it works. There's nothing to gut. Most plush toys fail because dogs rip them open and pull out the stuffing. This frisbee is just fabric and stitching. Your dog can bite it, shake it, tug it, and there's nothing to destroy. The canvas is thick enough to resist tearing, and the stitching is reinforced at stress points. We use this for fetch in the yard, and it has become a favorite. It's lightweight, so it flies well. It's soft, so it doesn't hurt if it hits your dog midair. And it is washable, which matters more than you'd think when toys spend half their life in the dirt. Second, the knotted fleece tug toy. I was skeptical about this one. It's literally just strips of fleece tied into knots. Cost about $4. Looks like something you could make at home. But it has been through months of aggressive tug-of-war and is still intact. The trick is the knot structure. Each knot creates a stress distribution point, so when your dog pulls, the tension spreads across the whole toy instead of focusing on one weak seam. And because it is fleece, it is soft on their teeth and gums, which makes it great for puppies or older dogs. Bonus, when it eventually gets too worn out, it is cheap enough to replace without feeling like you are hemorrhaging money. And in the meantime, it is held up better than plush toys 5 times its price. Not everything made it. And I think it is important to talk about what didn't work, so you do not waste your money on the same mistakes. First failure, the hollow squeaky bone. Cheap plastic, hollow center, squeaker inside. Cost about $3. Lasted 48 hours. The plastic cracked under pressure, the squeaker came out, and the whole thing became a choking hazard. The problem here is obvious. Hollow plastic toys cannot handle bite force. They're designed for light play, but most dogs do not play lightly. If your dog is any kind of chewer, skip these entirely. Second failure, the stuffed animal with the reinforced seams. This one claimed to be tough. It had double stitching and thicker fabric than standard plush toys. Cost about $12. Didn't make it a week. Here's the issue. Reinforced seams do not matter if the fabric itself is weak. My dog didn't rip the seams. They tore straight through the body. And once there was a hole, the stuffing came out in minutes. It's the same problem with most plush toys. They're built for cuddling, not destruction. Third failure, the rubber ring with the rope threaded through it. This one seemed like a great idea. Rubber for durability, rope for tugging. Cost about $7. The rope frayed within days, and once it was gone, the rubber ring was just a boring circle. The lesson here: combination toys often fail at the connection point. If two materials are bonded together, that bond is the weakest link. Stick with toys made from a single material, and you'll have better luck. Okay, so you've got durable toys. Now let us talk about how to extend their lifespan even further. Because even the toughest toy will wear out faster if you are not using it right. First tip, rotate your toys. Don't leave every toy out all the time. If your dog has access to 10 toys at once, they'll lose interest in all of them. Instead, keep 2 or 3 out for the week, then swap them for different ones. This keeps toys fresh, reduces wear on any single item, and saves you from buying new stuff constantly. Second tip, supervise high-intensity play. I am not saying you need to hover over your dog every second, but if they are in full destruction mode, really going to town on a toy, check in periodically. If you see a weak point forming, retire the toy before it becomes a safety hazard. A toy with a small tear can be repaired or tossed. A toy that's been shredded into choking hazard pieces is a bigger problem. Third tip, clean your toys regularly. Dirt, saliva, and bacteria break down materials faster than you think. Most rubber toys can go in the dishwasher. Fabric toys can be washed in a laundry bag. Keeping them clean doesn't just make them safer, it actually extends their life. Fourth tip, match the toy to the play style. This is huge. If your dog loves to chew, give them chew toys during solo time. If they love to tug, save the rope toys for interactive play with you. Don't give a tugger a chew toy and expect it to last. They'll shake it apart. Don't give a chewer a plush toy and hope for the best, it'll be fluff in minutes. When you align the toy with how your dog actually plays, everything lasts longer. Let us talk about what happens when you find toys that actually work. Because it is not just about saving money. It's about the connection you build through play. When you have durable toys you trust, playtime changes. You stop stressing about the mess. You stop calculating the cost of replacement in your head while your dog is mid-fetch. You're just present, throwing the ball, tugging the rope, watching your dog's pure, unfiltered joy. And here's what I've noticed. Dogs know the difference. When you bring out a toy they love, one that's survived dozens of play sessions, one that smells like them and feels familiar, they light up differently. It's not just new and shiny. It's theirs, it's part of your routine together. That worn rope toy, that's the one you grabbed every evening after work for months. That scuffed rubber ball, that's the one that survived beach trips and park adventures. These toys become part of your story with your dog, and that's worth more than any price tag. Budget toys that last give you something else too, freedom to play without fear. You're not worried about ruining an expensive investment. You can let your dog be a dog, messy, chaotic, full of energy, because you know the toy can handle it. And when your dog feels that freedom from you, the play gets better, more authentic, more fun for both of you. Remember that tension from the beginning, the feeling that you are trapped in a cycle of buying toys that break too fast. Here's the answer. Cheap doesn't mean weak. It means intentional. When you choose budget toys that are built simple, made from solid materials, and designed for how your dog actually plays, they outlast the expensive ones. You do not need fancy branding. You do not need influencer endorsements. You need rubber that doesn't crack, fabric that doesn't tear, designs that do not have built-in failure points. And when you find those toys, you stop replacing. You start playing. If you've been burning through toys and draining your wallet, I hope this gives you a better path forward. Try 1 or 2 of the toys I mentioned. See how they hold up with your dog. And let me know how it goes. I genuinely love to hear which ones become favorites in your house. If this breakdown helped, hit that subscribe button. I test gear, share training systems, and break down what actually works for real dogs in real homes. No sponsored fluff, just honest reviews and practical advice. Thanks for watching. Now go find a toy your dog will actually love and one that'll still be around 6 months from now. Scan the QR code or tap subscribe now. New videos every week. Real training, real results, backed by science that actually works.